All right, hi, this is Paul Sack's Good News Broadcast. It may surprise you to learn that each year, tens of thousands of people in our country are diagnosed with HIV. Worldwide, roughly 39 million people live with the disease, and researchers and scientists are studying HIV. Recently, attended a global summit. We're going to learn about the global summit from actually a very world-renowned, actually, Dr. Harmony Garges is Chief Medical Officer at, do I say this right, viiv Healthcare, the only pharmaceutical company 100% dedicated to HIV. And we thank you for that. This HIV has been when was it like the first case of HIV? It was some years ago, wasn't it?
Indeed, it was. It was in the early 1980s. So we just had the 40th anniversary of discovery of the AIDS virus. Yeah, so it's been a long time.
How did you get involved? Why are you, is HIV something that you've seen the sadness and the difficulties that disease has occurred?
Absolutely. I've been in the infectious disease field and have taken care of people living with HIV for several decades now. And it's been tremendous to see the advances that we have made. In the early days of HIV, it was very much a death sentence. There was no therapy available. And then we evolved to having therapies that we could use to treat the disease, but they were difficult to take. There were multiple pills, lots of side effects. And thankfully now we've evolved to a place where most people living with HIV can be treated by taking one pill once a day. So it's been a tremendous advancements that we've seen, but there's still more to do. I know we'll be talking about that.
All righty. Well, let's talk about that. More to do. So, well, you have a global summit. You have a lot of people who are involved with this worldwide, right? What are some of the things that need to get done?
Yeah, that's right. There's a whole community of researchers, scientists, physicians who are still very much focused on HIV and looking for new medicines to treat it. As I mentioned, most people today can be treated with one pill once a day, but that requires that people take a pill every single day. And for some people, that's a real challenge. In fact, a third of people living in the US who are living with HIV really struggle with taking those pills every day. And so at our conference, that was one of the key topics that we talked about, right? Are there therapies out there that could really help people struggling with taking pills every day? That could be a better option for them.
Do we have some good news? Are there therapies out there?
We do have some good news. So one of the most interesting clinical trials that was presented at this conference came from a large US clinical trials group known as the ACTG. And they shared positive interim data that suggests that our company, ViiV Healthcare's long-acting regimen, which is known as cabenuva, it's a long-acting injection that can be given every 1 to 2 months. The ACTG study showed that cabenuva given monthly could be more effective than oral daily pills in that population of people who really struggle with taking their medicines. The side effects across both of the treatment arms were quite comparable, other than the long-acting does have injection site reactions. So there was a lot of excitement about this study and what it could mean for people.
I know just taking the vitamins that first I spend about a half an hour because I seem to put them in all individual jars. All right, so there's about an hour's worth of time. Then I got to remember to take the one down, and I just added the vitamin K2. So now I have to go back to all those that I made and put. It is a bit of a process. There's no doubt about it. But it's a serious subject, so people should really be paying close attention to the things that they have to do. What were some of the things? Any additional information that came out of that summit?
Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of research presented looking at the next generation of medicines that are being developed as well to treat HIV. And long-acting is definitely the area of great interest for the community. And we shared data on our next generation medicine that's a long-acting regimen that could enable only 3 doses a year to keep someone's virus suppressed. So again, early days, but we're very excited about that, excited about what the future could bring. And I think one of the main messages for everyone out there is We do have options of medicines available today and new therapies coming. So people really should talk to their doctors and see about what might be the best choice, the best option for them.
Are these oral medicines or topical, or are those kinds of things being thought of as well?
So the standard that most people on now is an oral medicine taken every single day. The long-acting therapies generally are injectable, so either given into the muscle or given under the skin. But there are new medicines being investigated, seeing if they could be long-acting medicines that you take by mouth. So a whole bunch of different options coming forward.
Well, it's a serious concern, and has been, and obviously, and it's still around, right? I mean, what was that, 39 million? I mean, that's a big number.
It's a really large number, and for the U.S. context, there's 1.2 million people living in the U.S. who are living with HIV, and new diagnoses each and every year, roughly 36,000 new diagnoses in the U.S. each year. So it's just so important that we're talking about this, and it's important that people still think about HIV and we don't become complacent, but also be optimistic and know that there are a variety of treatment options that are now available. And again, anyone who wants to, anyone who wants to know more can talk to their doctor and come to our website, cabenuva.com, cabenuva.com.
And a lot of wonderful people. I know we've interviewed Dionne Warwick and a lot of celebrities, Elton John and others, come to the table for AIDS research and so on and so forth. So thank you very much, and we appreciate you giving us this good news update. Take care. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.